So I contemplate. Sorry.
Yeah, you may as well have just told the story.
The tramp.
Straight Liberty Bell for the last time.
We did, and it was Beth's first time, so she was able to join us.
Got a little Liberty Bell action in there too. Yeah. Did you say that already?
What are you trying to say?
I don't know what I'm trying to say, but that's fine.
Liberty Bell, we just talked about
We
it.
did talk about that. Tiana's Bayou Adventure is 2 thumbs up from the Gardeners family.
Absolutely.
The Gardeners family? Tiana Bayou's event. Tiana.
Hello.
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 Happy Thanksgiving. Hello and welcome to another episode of Must See Adventures. We are off on another adventure today. It is the day before Thanksgiving, one of the busiest travel days of the year. And I was up till 1 a.m. editing a video. It's the Bilbao one, so if you haven't watched our day in Bilbao, Spain, go check it out. And I had to wake up at 3, so I considered just staying up all night, just doing an all-nighter, but I did end up falling asleep around 1:10, woke up at 3 to news that our plane had changed. So new seat assignments, the 3 of us aren't even seated together anymore, so that's interesting, but you know, it's a quick flight, we've all done it before. I was upgraded to first class somehow instead of Liz, and I don't think that made her very happy, but we're gonna talk to a gate agent to see if we can still somehow all seat together. It's been a little bit of a delay too. There's an hour delay, so just a plane change coming from a different location. That's fine, it happens with travel. It's the busiest travel day of the year too, mind you, so no worries. Always got to pack your patience. Made really good time getting here, of course, on a day where you're not in a hurry, right? You make good time. But yeah, we're excited for our Walt Disney World vacation. Haven't been since spring break of this year, so really excited to see if anything's changed in the last 6 or 7 months and stay at Fort Wilderness. Ooh, I can't wait to share more of that with you, but come join us on this epic Thanksgiving holiday, Thanksgiving birthdays, all the celebrations that we're doing this week.
Since we had some extra time due to the delay, we walked around for a bit and decided to have a nice sit-down breakfast at Leo's Coney Island. Scott was upgraded to first class, but it ended up actually being for Delta One. Go figure that it was my birthday trip and he got the Delta One upgrade. What's up with that? But Scott was nice enough to end up switching seats with me for what was mostly a smooth flight. Outside of a screaming child who was sitting next to Emily. For a minute there, we almost thought we were never going to take off. You know you've made it to Orlando when you hear those clicks of your suitcases on the tile. The car availability can always be a little dicey on Thanksgiving weekend, but we were able to get a good car right away and make our way over to Epcot for our Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind boarding group.
From the airport and straight to Epcot. Time to ride the tram, baby.
Since it had already been a long morning and we were feeling a bit hungry, we decided to stop over at Connections Eatery for a quick bite for lunch while we waited for our boarding group to be called.
Just hanging out here at Epcot. Hey, look at that. It's Star-Lord just hanging out behind us with no one waiting for him. Should we go see him? But anyway, glorious day here at Epcot. And what's funny about Walt Disney World, you can plan all you want. You can have like all your dining reservations, your fast pass, or I call it fast passes still, but your lightning lanes all figured out. But then, you know, you just can't count on those plans because rides will just like, you know, shut down. You know, something happens, there's a malfunction or whatever. And that's what's happening over at Guardians of the Galaxy right now. So our plan was, you know, we go do our flights, you know, we'll get the rental car, we get the luggage, boom, we go to Epcot, we have lunch, perfect. We got a boarding group for Guardians. We're gonna crush it, and then womp womp. The attraction is closed, so we're just kind of hanging out right now to see if it's gonna reopen anytime soon. Maybe we'll go say hi to Star-Lord over here, maybe. But just look at this, look at the weather behind me. It is a glorious day, as usual, at Epcot.
We spent a little while walking around Epcot and taking in the sights while we waited for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind to reopen. After a while, we realized that it probably wasn't going to happen anytime soon, so we thought that now might be a good time to leave the park and head to Publix to pick up some groceries to have in our cabin at Fort Wilderness.
Hello from Fort Wilderness. We are getting ready to check in at the reception outpost. And what's going on here, Liz?
Not really sure. They sent us over to like I don't know what you would call this.
A check-in gate,
but you drive through it like a gate. And they said go to one of the stations with a green light. But we've been sitting here for probably, I don't know, 10 minutes
Solid
at least?
10 minutes.
Solid 10 minutes. In a line full of campers. We seem to be one of the only cars that doesn't have a camper. So we're not entirely sure she sent us the right direction for the cabins. But yeah, we haven't really moved.
We have not moved. We're just chilling here. Not sure if we're in the right place, but
Hopefully.
We're just chilling. No, we'll get there eventually, right?
We're first timers here at the fort.
All right, so here's a little update for you. We're still in the car. And are
Still in the car.
And are we at Fort Wilderness?
No, we're not at Fort Wilderness. Where are we, Emily?
We're at Old Key West.
Yeah, so we got through the check-in gate and our room was not ready. So they told us to go and park in the waiting area parking over by the main check-in building.
Yeah, like if you came to watch like Hoop-De-Doo or something, you'd park there and then hop on the bus. Like
right, because there's like
area.
a main lot. If you're not parked at your campsite, that's the only other place you can park your car. So they're like, you can take your groceries into the building, get your golf cart while you're waiting. Except for the problem was what?
We still have our groceries.
Yeah, well, there's no place to park is the problem, and people are parking golf carts in
Car parking
and
spots.
and actually it's kind of made me upset a little bit because there is designated golf cart parking. I don't think anyone would be happy if I parked my car in the golf cart parking, so it's taking up so many spots. Like I just want to like run over one with my car, honestly. Like
I mean,
it's ridiculous.
To be fair, it's not for yet. It is 3:53.
But there's at least 50 people waiting for a room right now.
As far as we can tell from the parking lot.
Yeah, because they're just sitting in their golf carts waiting.
We couldn't even park to go into the building to
so
go to the
we're
bathroom.
like, let's go to our home. Let's go to our home, Old Key West.
We came
And
over here.
maybe we'll put some videos of like some of it's decorated for Christmas right now. It looks really pretty. This resort always looks pretty, let's be honest. So we're really excited for the cabin. We just want to get into the cabin.
Really want to get all this stuff unloaded. We've been in the car. It's been a long day of
Maybe
travel.
take a nap.
We were
Some
hoping
people
to get a
haven't gotten
nap.
very much
I mean, we were
sleep.
hoping to go to Animal Kingdom for the deluxe magic hours, but I don't know if that's even going to happen now.
Because people are pretty tired.
We're pretty tired, so let's see. Put some good vibes out there. Let's see.
Maybe here. Let's look and see if the room is ready again.
Oh, that live check-in.
We'll try a live check-in. It's 3:54, and we'll go and see
I will
my resort.
give you like 2,000-to-1 odds. It's not going to be
I've
available.
checked a lot, so let's see. Showroom number.
If you're putting up $1, oh, there
Still
it is.
no room
Not
number.
available. Wah, wah, wah. Let's try again in a little bit.
After we made our way back to Fort Wilderness, we were finally able to find a parking spot and made our way into the front desk to check in. We had to wait quite a while for our room to be ready, and while it looked nice in there with the Christmas decorations, we did see quite a few guests who seemed to be frustrated waiting for their cabins. It seems like they might not quite have things figured out with the new DVC cabins yet, so just be aware of that it might take you a while to check in. It was well after 4 o'clock before our cabin was ready. Emily and I decided to head over and pick up our golf cart, which we had reserved in advance. It's highly recommended to have a golf cart when you're at Fort Wilderness, as it's a great way to get around. And I definitely recommend that you book one in advance, even as soon as when you book your cabin, because they can sell out. That Thanksgiving weekend, golf carts were only available for advanced reservations. Scott was in desperate need of a nap because he had been up for a long time, so Emily and I decided to record a quick room tour while he took a nap before our dinner at Ohana. The updated DVC cabins at Fort Wilderness are beautiful. Look at that kitchen with a big dining room table and a nice living room area. There's another bed that you can pull down behind the couch. I just love the artwork in this room with all of the different Disney characters out at Fort Wilderness. It's so cute. You have a full-size kitchen with a refrigerator and a range and even a full-size dishwasher. I really liked the coffee machine too, that it had both singles and a full pot of coffee that you could make each morning. I loved the up-high windows to let the light into the room. It was really pretty with all of the light in the morning. As you make your way down the hall, you can see the bathroom. There's an extra vanity area out in the hallway, which is nice when you have multiple people getting ready. And then inside the main bathroom, you have a larger vanity and then more storage. And I really liked the shower. There was a large walk-in shower here at Fort Wilderness. They really didn't spare any attention to detail in these rooms. They did a great job when they built these new cabins. It was also really nice because they're so new that it felt like we were some of the first guests to get to stay in this room. It still had that new cabin smell. Inside the main bedroom, there was a queen-size bed and a bunk bed, which was super cute. There was also some additional storage and windows. The bunk beds were adorable, and they had cute little rolled up blankets. There was a great mural on the wall and a little camp lights that you could turn on and off. Emily ended up sleeping in one of the bunk beds one night, but for the most part, it was just Scott and I in this room. There's definitely plenty of space for a small family in one of these cabins. I really loved the little log slices with Chip and Dale above the bed. The one thing that I will note is, unlike most of the one-bedroom villas at DVC resorts, there is no washer and dryer inside this cabin, so that's the one thing that it is missing, although there are washers and dryers available by the pools. After our long day of travel, Scott had a bit of a migraine, so we didn't do a ton of filming during our dinner, but we had an awesome evening at Ohana, and dinner was delicious as always. One of the advantages of booking a later dinner at Ohana is that after your meal, you can head out to the beach and watch the fireworks from the Polynesian. There were lots of families out that evening enjoying the beach and the scenery. It's a little bit of a quieter view to watch the fireworks than in the crowded park. Luckily for us, that evening there was a Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party, and we were able to get a sneak peek at some of the fireworks for the event. If you want to find out more about Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party and see a much better view of these fireworks from in the park, join us on a future episode when we feature the party and all of the fun things to do there. the show, we made our way back home and went to bed. We'll see you in the morning. The next morning was Thanksgiving Day and my birthday. It's our family's tradition to start the day on Thanksgiving a little bit slow, watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and having cinnamon rolls and coffee. Since we had a cabin, today was no different. We had a nice little breakfast, and my family surprised me with some birthday treats. It was fun waking up in the morning, seeing the party banner, and I even got my own little turkey with a note about a gift that was coming to me at home. It was a great morning. We've got our golf cart is all decked out here at the cabin. While we were really enjoying watching the parade, it was hard not to get a little bit antsy knowing that the Magic Kingdom was just a boat ride away. We also had a boarding group for Tiana's Bayou adventure and really wanted to check it out. So we took the parade with us on our phones, decorated our golf cart for Christmas, and made our way over to the boat docks. You could tell that it was already shaping up to be a beautiful day. The sun was shining out on the lake. I have always loved the boat rides at Walt Disney World. It's one of my favorite things to do. Even if it's just a form of transportation, for me, it's like a main attraction. I love the ride particularly from Fort Wilderness over to the Magic Kingdom. You get to see the woods and make your way past the Wilderness Lodge and the Contemporary Resort as you make your way into Seven Seas Lagoon and up to the Magic Kingdom. How could your day get better than that?
Hello there. Not sure where this is going to fit into the vlogs. I'm not sure what the format is, but let's talk about Tiana's Bayou adventure. We just rode it for the first time this trip on Thanksgiving on Liz's birthday, and it was exciting. And let's get some thoughts from Liz real quick on it.
Yeah, so I thought that Tiana's was really cute. I always liked Splash Mountain, minus the water. They haven't changed that. The water is still the same. But I thought they did a really great job theming the ride. There were tons of animatronics. It was super immersive. The mountain itself looks really beautiful. It used to be just kind of brown, rock looking, but now there's all this lush landscaping covering the mountain. I thought it was great.
I think it was really great too, and the animatronics were awesome. The storyline was fun too. Like, there's the whole Tiana Foods thing, and Liz pointed out something at the end where, like, I love the end scene in Splash Mountain where at the very, very end, not even like the boat animatronic, where you would see like the, what are the words on the wall?
Oh, everything is satisfaction.
Yeah, everything is satisfaction. Still kind of missed that a little bit, but you felt like you were getting like a beignet like smell pipe through or something, didn't you?
So as you're coming by the end, right before you hit that wall, there's like a Mama Odie animatronic. She has a plate of beignets. And we were sitting there for a while, and I kept hearing kind of a whirring sound, and I think that they are pumping out a beignet smell in that scene. I could be wrong. Maybe I was just hungry looking at those beignets.
No, I think you were for real, Liz.
But I really think that there's a scent there at the end. When we were in the queue, there was a scene that had different posters on a cork board up in Tiana's Foods. One of them was a missing license plate sign, and it had the license plate numbers on it. I can't exactly remember what they were. I know it had 1975 as the last four numbers. And so I was saying to Scott, like, I wonder what the significance of that number is. But what was interesting is that license plate then shows up in the final scene. One of the animatronic animals is holding the license plate. And I noticed that same license plate is also on the ride photo frame that says Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and it has some of the characters on it, and the license plate is there. So there must be a storyline that we are missing in this ride. I mean, it's kind of hard to get it all from one ride through, so we'll definitely have to pay closer attention in the queue the next time that we do the ride to see if we can piece together what that story is.
So overall, as Splash Mountain being probably like it probably was my favorite attraction up to like Guardians of the Galaxy. And we all know Impressions of France is my favorite, let's be real. But Splash Mountain was like my favorite ride, and while I was bummed to see it go, it needed a change, right? And this was such a positive and great change, and I can't wait for families and everyone to experience that for years to come. Tiana's Bayou Adventure is awesome. It's such a great addition, great change to the Magic Kingdom and at Disneyland too. We haven't done the Disneyland version, but that definitely gets 2 thumbs up from the Gardner family. So here we are. We're gonna ride Tiana's Bayou Adventure for the first time. Woo! We're gonna get wet.
Look at all these beautiful faces. Let's join loose up ahead and find some musicians. All depends on you. Real hard each and every day. Our boys will come through and our homes. Good looking for musicians. You don't that far in the dark. Can't believe I know you so. Tiana was right. Legend to legend, no doubt. Enjoy.
After riding Tiana's Bayou Adventure, we met up with our friend Beth and spent some time touring the Magic Kingdom on a busy Thanksgiving afternoon. The park was pretty crowded that day, so we didn't do too much attraction-wise, but we did make a pit stop to see our friends at the Enchanted Tiki Room, and we went into some of the shops, including the Christmas store, to start getting into the holiday spirit.
Well, we did get a man carried away, yeah. I say, look out there across the water.
Here's Scott from the future to tell you a little bit more about what we ended up with for lunch.
We got lucky with a diamond horseshoe. We bounced around with so many different reservations from like Chef Mickey's or Grand Floridian Cafe. Like we couldn't find what we really wanted because Disney once again did not release any Thanksgiving menus like they have done in the years past, which makes it easier to like plan. Like, okay, yeah, well, all these restaurants are going to have a turkey dinner, so we can go there and be sure we're going to get a turkey dinner. Well, that didn't happen this year. They never released any menus, and we were trying to guess based on past experiences, but we were still kind of uncertain. So I really wanted Liz to get some type of Thanksgiving type meal because it's her birthday on Thanksgiving. She loves Thanksgiving. She was born on Thanksgiving. We're at the Magic Kingdom doing our Tiana's Bayou Adventure lightning lane or a virtual queue. I just looked at the walk-up list and Diamond Horseshoe was on there for an hour wait. I was like Mr. Fast Fans on there. I was just trying to get that as fast as I could. We got in, had to wait an hour. That was fine. We watched some parades of the cheerleaders, did some shopping, saw Chip or Dale. I think it was Dale actually. And then Red Nose. And then yeah, so we finally got in and we got to have the Thanksgiving feast. If you were born a gardener, it's tradition to have chocolate milk with Thanksgiving meal. Cheers!
Happy Thanksgiving!
I feel like I was defeated by this meal. I'm so full. To meal one.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Trying to get this
One
right.
last bite?
I don't know if I can do it.
After our Thanksgiving meal, we headed across the way to take a ride on the Liberty Bell. A couple of months prior to our visit, Disney announced plans for the Magic Kingdom expansion, and there was speculation that the Rivers of America would be going away as part of it. We've always enjoyed riding the Liberty Bell on the Rivers of America, so we had to make sure to take one final farewell trip around.
It's just off Tom's Landing, and that's Mutt Potter's pond and his windmill. We almost tamed Mutt once, and that's Mutt's Landing.
I love the islands.
No one's in those rockers.
What about the cave?
They're just wonderful. Me and Tom and I spent most of our wild and reckless youth exploring. Lots of danger, lots of adventure, sticking over here. And we all knew where to look. That's Superstition Bridge. It connects the big island to the little.
It's cool. You can see the smoke from the steamboat in the shadows. You can see like a shadow of it.
Because of the sound the falls used to make when the big rains came. And the miners and prospectors and get-rich-quick speculators showed up. And the name stuck because of the sound of blasting powder going off every few minutes. There's not so much blasting anymore. Ghost stories. Runaway mine train loaded down with simple-hearted, terror-filled folks like you.
So we're doing possibly our last Liberty Bell riverboat. And Beth, how many times have you done this?
This is first and last.
First and last. R.I.P. Liberty Bell, but we're really enjoying it. And yeah, it's really great. We're going to miss it.
I was just gonna say, I can't see them, can you?
Leadsman, give me a depth reading. Sing out.
At this point, it was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we wanted to make our way back to the cabin so we could relax a bit before taking a ride around the resort in our golf cart to check things out. We had heard that there was a daily campfire with Chip and Dale, so we thought we might see what was going on there, especially on this Thanksgiving Day.
Liz, we boarded the boat and we're heading back to the fort. How would you say your day was at Magic Kingdom?
It's been fantastic. We went and did Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Which we did give a review on that, but it was awesome.
It was so good. I loved it. I mean, we've always been big fans of Splash Mountain, but they did a really, really good job with that.
And then we got the Diamond Horseshoe.
Yeah, on Thanksgiving Day, Scott was able to get us a table for turkey dinner for lunch.
For turkey dinner for lunch, yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
The Lions won on Thanksgiving, and we
saw the tiki birds.
Liberty Bell for the last time.
We did, and it was Beth's first time, so she was able to join us. We got some pictures by the castle.
Yeah, but now we're gonna
We
get.
met Dale earlier too.
Yeah, so now we're gonna hang out at the fort, take a great boat ride, maybe see.
Drive around the golf cart.
Drive around the golf cart, baby. Yeah, a glorious Liz.
Oh my gosh, it's like 80 degrees and sunny on Thanksgiving Day. What more can you ask for?
There's an intense match going here. We're at the fort, out by the pool. Who will win?
In addition to the campfire, they also have fun family activities around the bonfire area, including fun charades with Chip and Dale. They actually played along the game with all of the families in the audience and let people come up and play along too.
Hercules! The muscles always give it away. They're strategizing. I think they are ready. It is Elsa.
Who do these two think they are? Let's see if we can figure it out.
We're ready to go. We have to do some strategizing, but hopefully they're gonna stump you guys. Are you guys ready? Lights, camera, action. It's not Lion King. It
Mike
is
and
Sully,
Sully.
Monsters Inc. We had Sully and Mike Wazowski. That was incredible. True dedication.
Another cool feature at the Fort Wilderness Campground Fire was that they had this food truck where you could purchase beverages and snacks. They also had neat little s'mores kits, including sticks for roasting marshmallows if you hadn't come prepared. Some of the families who had campers brought their own supplies that they had purchased at the grocery store. But if you hadn't come prepared, it was a really nice option to be able to purchase a convenient little s'mores kit, which we just happened to do.
We're here at the Fort campsite and we bought a marshmallow kit. And Beth?
We are ready.
We are ready for marshmallows. I mean, I just love the preparation you put into that.
It's a s'mores crudery.
S'mores crudery. Ding!
After enjoying a tasty s'more at the bonfire, we decided to take another loop around the campground to look at some of the cool Christmas decorations before we headed off to dinner. Who doesn't want a s'mores before dinner? These reindeer are amazing. They're like plush and animatronic.
I thought that Santa was real.
This is wild. Those reindeer are great. There's a bluey coming up on the way. Oh, look at all these inflatables coming.
Oh, wow.
You're not in the way.
Hey, what up, Woody?
Oh, it's Woody. Ho, ho, ho. Snowman. The whole ground is... Oh, the palm trees have lights too.
What up, chicken?
And there's projection.
The pilgrim.
There's a Stitch.
The fire.
That joy sign's cute. Big Santa.
Big Santa. Eat Santa, eat.
There's another turkey. Got here another Buc-ee's guy. It was really fun driving around in our golf cart, seeing all of the different campsites decorated. There were lots of people outside too, enjoying themselves, watching football on big TVs and eating their Thanksgiving dinners. It looked like everyone was having a great time. But speaking of dinner, it's time for us to head over to the yacht club for my birthday and Thanksgiving dinner.
This family absolutely loves yachtsmen. It was our friend Beth's first time, so we were excited for her to experience. Now, we weren't necessarily like the hungriest, right? Because we had the big turkey dinner at like 2 to 3. That was like in that time range. And then dinner was at 8:30. Disney never releases these Thanksgiving menus. They used to, like a week before, they would kind of say, oh, like all these like 15 restaurants are going to have a Thanksgiving dinner. And they didn't do it this year. So that's why I had to go with the Diamond Horseshoe to guarantee we're going to get some turkey. So yachtsmen, we get seated, get comfortable and all that. We look at the menu and bam, Thanksgiving dinner is on there. And I mean, I already had some turkey and I thought about getting the Thanksgiving dinner, but I was like, you know what? Like this is our only signature booked for this trip. So I was like, I gotta get the filet. The filet and mushrooms are so good at Yachtsman. Liz did go Thanksgiving dinner and I'm glad she did because I saw one come out and I was like, oh my gosh, that looks really good. And it was excellent. I think it was like $46. So you think about Diamond Horseshoe, it was like, I don't know, like 56, I think it was like $60 a person. And while that was unlimited, I feel like the quality of Yachtsman's was really good. Plus, we're already kind of not the super hungriest, you know, because we had the big meal earlier. But it looked so great. Our server was fantastic. We've had her several times at Yachtsman before, so we talked about that. And then we were in the same room where our first meal was at Yachtsman. So like this kind of like, you walk into the restaurant, you know, you walk by the butcher, and then you walk by like the big window, and then you quick turn right. There's like this small little nook that has like 4 tables. I was like, oh my gosh, this is where we sat our first time here. Like I pointed at the tables right behind us. And as we're wrapping up, I showed the server a photo of Emily in that first time and doing like the Mickey puzzle. So if you don't know, at Yachtsman on the kids' dessert, they have this fun thing where they bring out like a puzzle of Mickey Mouse. It's like a white chocolate puzzle, and then you get all this like paint, and you can paint him edible paint. And I said like, there's no way you guys still do the puzzle. She's like, oh my gosh, like it is a Yachtsman staple. We've been doing that for 30 years, and I can't imagine that we'd ever stop doing it. And then I showed her the photo of Emily at the first time in the puzzle, and she kind of laughed, and then she was getting our bills, and then she came back, you guessed it, with the puzzle. It was so cute to try to recreate that moment of Emily like in the same room, you know, from our first time with the puzzle. And that's the kind of great service I love about Walt Disney World. That cast member, like I said, we had her a few times. And I mentioned to her, like, man, there's like, you know, I always see the same faces when I come here at Yachtsman. She's like, oh yeah. She's like, I'm only 7th in seniority. You know, there's some lady, Anne, shout out to Anne, who's going to be retiring. She's been there 49 years at Yachtsman. So very cool. I love that spot. If you haven't been to Yachtsman, make sure you go check it out.
It was an amazing birthday and Thanksgiving day, but we were tired after our big dinner, so we headed back to the fort to relax and get ready for the next day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode of Must See Adventures.
Happy birthday, Lizzie!
Thank you. Isn't this so cute? It's
Yes.
little baby Mickey.